Hello there. Well, today was a day of reflection. Sunday, right? I finished. There were some things that I had to edit in my black book, but I finished and I recorded. I recorded the long video, but it was yeah, kind of meh, you know. So I will record again tomorrow and there are, I was more just, trying to be chill, and put my mind in place. And I do realize that I'm getting more calmer, like I said yesterday, but it's a working process. Um, Today I was kind of, I don't know, worried, kind of anxious about, you know, the the future, and yeah, but it's not gonna help me, right? It's not gonna help me be anxious about something that doesn't even exist. You know? So yeah, I watch again the video. I think it's dry. Wicked. Oh shit! What's the name of the channel? Uh, Dry Wicked School, something like that. You know, the very old, the very that guy that is very wise, and he's always smoking a cigar in a beautiful place. And he was talking. The video is just rest. Is the name of the video. Um, and I started thinking about that. Um, Ever since I started, I didn't you know I didn't take proper I don't know vacations. There were days that I wasn't like doing nothing, but it's not like I was procrastinating and I wasn't. I was only thinking about sales and even like in the days that I wasn't being productive, I was still thinking about sales. So I didn't take, I don't know, 2 weeks, like 1 week to just do whatever. You know? And I think that was the main reason because of this of these days, like unproductive days, because I had no days the week again, and this is very common. Like I just go and start doing the things, and like there's no reset between tasks, and then like I do a task, and then I just go straight to the other one, and then I just crash my energy, and then I go straight into the rabbit hole, and like I don't do nothing. And this is a pattern that I'm aware now. So yeah, but I did realize that today was better because no, it's still I read, I did the exercises of this bold voice app to improve pronunciation, and I finished the brag book, and I recorded the long video. And like between tasks, I did some, I don't know, watch a YouTube video, something like that, and that was way more smooth. I just did and finished them, and I like doing that, and it was really good. Um, and then I was just listening to some of Harry's podcast, and this one, like, I really find a really good podcast because this is completely focused on the thing that I'm interested in, which is the meditation and this part of it, self awareness, and it's a really complex subject to describe in words, but it's funny because he explained like once we start talking to ourselves about things that already happened, and we get back to the scenarios, like for example where you argue with someone, and then like the whole scene, like you're rehearsing that in your mind, like what you said, you said, and what the other person said, and how that made you angry, and how you should have said something different. And like you're doing, like nothing of this is real, like you're hallucinating because the person is not there, the situation is not there. Like it's just like when you're in a dream. Like most of the dreams, they're really random, and like I don't know, you're in the sky talking with Elon Musk about fucking yellow elephants. Yeah, yesterday I mentioned yellow elephants, but there is no, like, nothing add up. Like most of the time, I mean, there are times that make sense, but even like those times that make sense, I mean, you're just sleeping, and like now you're talking with someone or doing something, and in the dream it's normal. Like, oh, in the dream makes sense because that's the reality. Of course, there's lucid dreams, but talk about like regular dreams. I mean, makes sense. Like, for oh, this is reality, and like you don't question the reality, you just accept that, and it's pretty much the same shit when you're just thinking about thoughts. You think your thoughts. You think that that's real. Go- Uh, Going back to the example that I just gave, you start like rehearsing that argument over and over again in your head, and you start to get angry, sad, and anxious, and you think that's real, and you're doing something here, like you're driving, you're walking, you're at your work, but you're not there. I mean, you might be physically, but your mind is just other place, somewhere else, and it is very real. And like you start getting like the reactions, and one of like there were a lot of insights, but one that one of them is just you're not. There's no, like, according to him, this is an illusion because there is only the experience, right? And like when you have like the conscience about that, I mean, you get angry with something, but it's just a thought that comes, arise, and go. Like, according to him, you're not like the spectator of your thoughts. You're the experience itself. It's something really interesting and kind of hard to grasp, but especially when you enter the flow, right? Whatever, like you're doing some kind of e-sport, like you're reading, you're watching a movie. It's just like you melted, like you melt, and like you're not there anymore. You're just like watching the movie, and like you're inside the movie, and that's real. Like there's no you. There's just the experience. So if there's just the experience, or like the thoughts, uh, they're just an stimulus, an activity of the mind. Like no one is angry. I mean, it's just an input, and then that's it because comes and goes. So, and if there's no self, no one is angry, right? It's really hard to digest that, and he was getting to the topic of the impermanence, uh, because that's other thing. The angry, the sadness, all of it, you know, we we wish to these things, relationship, money, have friends, and have a beautiful wife, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you get something, you like inherently you can lose this something. So it's not permanent. And like if you lose, then there's suffering. Because that's the point, right? You want to have. So if you lose, and or if that something is taken from you, you will suffer. And everything like is just impermanent. Like thoughts, a person's emotions, everything, money. So if you rely your happiness into that, I mean you're fucked. And I mean, for me, that goes for anyone, like every human being, me included. I'm not special. I wish, like, I'm very wishful. Yeah, I'm very wishful. So that applies to me, And like now that I'm getting the grasp of it, I'm like, oh, okay. Like I'm becoming more aware. I'm noticing that. Like I'm still get triggered, of course, but now I'm just, oh, this is an angry thought. Oh, this is a sad thought. Oh, this is a whatever. Um, and then I'm like, okay, because you can choose like, do I want to be sad because of this thing that already happened? Like, do I want to get angry of this? Oh, do I want to get anxious about this thing? You can choose that, like this freedom, like the meditation provides that freedom. And the fun fact though is that I'm not doing like a formal session of meditation, but I think I'm doing like passively, especially with the breathing, because now I started doing that like during the training, like breathing through the nose, and like when you're training through the nose, like especially when you know you're punching, you're doing the combinations, because normally you will like exhale the air like with a and then you use like your mouth, your diaphragm, like to. But I was doing like with the nose, because there's a lot of benefits. You can like your tolerance to what's the name of it? Um, it's carbon. Uh, what's yeah, it's uh, oxygen, and then there's a I think it's carbon. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I mean overall, like you manage with that, like doing that, you can manage better the oxygen when you're training through like using nasal breathing and like that, because like when you're not delivering punches and like you're moving and is very demanding for the body, like you really force this, like, and like you literally like you open up your the the vasels, of the nose, and you can breathe better. And like I think like naturally, I don't know, I started doing that like throughout the day, and like it has been like really good. Because there's the biological explanation. When you exhale through your nose, you activate your parasympathetic system, which is your system of breathe, rest, and digest. So that's the system that activates when you're in a rest mode, like sleep, not have sex, and things like that. And like there's this sympathetic system, which is fight or flight, right? So you test your body, a lot of blood, like you're alert, adrenaline, and things like that. So, like both of the systems, like you use that, and it's important. But I mean, you don't want to be nervous, like in a chronic way, like for extended period of time, because that really fucks you up, like your health, uh, mentally, physically, and you don't want that. And like I'm noticing the fact that I'm doing the wing off, cold shower, like I'm getting, and I'm getting more calm, and like now I'm getting more calmer. And now that I'm with this other thing, which is the mental part with some Harris, like these knowledges and these frameworks, it's like I'm being able to be like way more calmer than I ever been, like more collected, more in peace. I think I can say that, more in peace with myself and with my situation, and that really helps me to uh, bear this chapter, because it's a chapter. Everything is a chapter. Like nothing is permanent, right? So having this framework like really helps me like to keep moving forward. And yeah, I mean, for me, at least saying now, like what I wish is just like really you know do the camping, camping, just like the outdoor boys, right? Uh, what's his name? It's Alex. I don't think it's Alex. But you know the guy that I'm talking about, right? Like, I mean, he seems to be like so happy, like, and it's with food, most of it, like food, sleeping, like building like your the place where you're gonna sleep, your tent, and like it's like fuck, man. That is something that I really no one to bother you, like literally maybe some bear, some fucking animal, but it's just it's just crazy, man. I want to do that, but for for anything, like you gotta have money. So for me, it's very like orientated to this goal. There's other things along the way, of course. So things more like mundane and like more wishful, and that's okay. But like I think that the overall, not overall, but the greater good for me is just be at peace. You know, doing like, and it's more about activities and like identity than possessing something. Because yeah, everything is like the what's the word? I just forgot the word. Uh, is unpermanent, permanent. Oh shit, I forgot the word. But it's not permanent. Um. Oh fuck. But anyway, if if I have like a car or a house, I can lose that. And, that will cause me to suffer. But once I am someone, like I can change, of course, but this is something more tangible and more meaningful. And it's something that no one can take away from me, because it's me. Like I'm doomed, I'm condemned to living in my body with my conscience and like being me. Like undeniably, that's the truth, right? So, with that in mind, with this premise, if I focus on the things that are related to that, no one can take away from me. And that means that the suffering of having something taken away from you or losing something is not gonna be something that I should worry about, you know. Like so for me, like focusing on activities, doing things, learning things, you know, becoming someone that I'm proud of. These are the things that are like really meaningful. And it's not like the other pleasures, like let's say, you know, drink, you know, have fun, like women's, like video games. That it doesn't mean that those pleasures they're like useless or not worthy. No, they're important as well. Like you gotta enjoy life, you know. But if I put in a scale, like in a long horizon, you know, in the long term, for me, weighs way more those more. I will use this word more elevated, and I think it's not even pleasures. I would say like it's more like what's virtues. Yeah, it's more like virtues. Like those virtues, like they're like they feed your soul, like your identity, and it's something that like you will like you will pass like 20 years and you're gonna remember. Oh, I did that. Oh shit, I was able to build this. Oh fuck, you know. And like it's about balance, right? So for at least for me, you know, the way that I see things for now is just all of those are important, you know. All of those are important, yeah, and you gotta have, you know, all of them, you know, but in the right quantity. So you know, even the smallest pleasures, you know, have fun with your friends, get girls, or buy a car, or, you know, eat some fancy food. Like it's alright, you know. I do want that, you know, but you know, for me, like other type of pleasures, like building a family, have a wife, and have a a group of friends who I can trust, and you know, become someone that I'm proud of, and you know, that for me it's a more powerful driver, you know. So yeah, that's really something. And well, this next week I will focus completely on finding a new offer with a base salary, and I gotta you know shake things up, you know, move around, and so I can get the money and start learning about AI and do my thing, you know, do the outreach, get the first testimonials, and go for it, you know, start playing the game, you know, the business game, because I'm kind of there, you know, like with sales, but it's not I'm completely there, you know. It's like, yeah, it's another type of game. So yeah, that's it, man. Today was really a day of reflection, and things are getting somewhere. So yeah, as long as I don't give up and I continue my journey and keep moving forward, things will find their ways, and you know, I will figure it out, and it will work out in the end. So yeah, man, that's it. Take care.